Yo, it's definitely the Cloud Chaser TV, man. We back up in this thing again, you dig? Hey, man, we got a special guest online, man. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate this blessing. Hey, shout out Brazy K, man, at Wrong Kind East Podcast, you dig? Hey, Puma,
Right.
can you
What
introduce
up, though?
yourself, man?
Well,
Let them know where they
I'm
can follow you at, brother.
yeah, I'm
Just in case they
everybody.
don't know.
Well, everybody's super awesome friend Puma. You know what I'm saying? From VH1's Black Ink crew. May have also seen me on WeTV's Marriage Boot Camp or MTV's Ridiculousness. I've been outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, getting them
You're
checks,
super
right?
awesome friend.
My man's getting them
You know what I
checks.
mean? Staying alive,
I'm trying to get
staying
like you, my
alive, staying alive.
you feel me? Put in a good
Ah,
word for
man,
me.
we
You
all gonna get there.
feel me?
I got you, my brother. You doing all right already, man.
Like, look,
You
man,
doing
let's
all right
get to it
already.
though, man. We gonna take them a little bit back, man. Let's go to like I don't know if they heard it before. I haven't, but like take me to like your history, man. Like when you was like 12, 13, 14, like you was ball playing or like who was Puma?
Uh,
What you was doing?
Well, it's funny. I was friends with my good friend Brazy back then. You know what I mean? Because he was living in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Bronx kid. Live like in the gutter like every other Bronx kid. You know what I'm saying? Got caught boosting, stealing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you had to
Word.
do to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? We used to do. And one day I went into a tattoo shop. I was bored. You know what I'm saying? And I found the vibe cool. I thought it was this cool place. It was in the Bronx. You know what I mean? It was just cool to me. And I took a liking to that. It was that in music. I was really into like music producing. I wanted to make beats. And I just was around that. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the Bronx and you really got too much to do, finding some shit to do, you want to get into it. You know what I mean? Especially compared to what everybody else was doing back then. I would have probably been dead or in jail. You know what I'm saying? Which I was definitely got locked up before, but it could have been worse if I would have just kept going in one direction.
Yeah, so like how was it like did you just go to school like with like, understand like you said Brazy K and
Hmm.
salute Brazy K, man. Like I
Yeah.
said at the Wrong Kind East podcast, you feel me? But like when it comes to Puma though, like did you have like was it any gang influence? Like
Oh, I
you know
mean,
what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah, of course. I mean, of course, I'm from the Bronx, and like when you're in the Bronx, it's different because I know on the West Coast you guys got like Mexicans, right? Like heavy over
Right.
there. Over here on this side, we got Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. So when you're living in the Bronx, you're living with nothing but Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and blacks. And we're all together. There's no getting around it. So, you know what I mean? You got the Bloods, you know what I mean? You got the Crips, then you got what they call the Yentas and
Mm.
this and that. Like it was just so much.
How
And
did
it
you
was like
navigate? How did you navigate?
I was funny and cool.
Mm.
I was everybody's super awesome friend. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I didn't choose sides, but at the same time, everybody knew like, oh, now Puma's cool. Like he smoke weed, he fuck with the girls. He
Right.
be in that tattoo shop. Like if you want to get tattooed, yo, go fuck with Puma. He could line it up, especially because we were young. So I used to get us 16 years old. I was helping kids get tattoos. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't get into that. I was into it, but I wasn't into it, if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I was just my own individual. So I just like chilled with everybody.
No, for sure.
You know
I
what
got
I'm saying?
you. I got you. So like now you know what I'm saying, you like 18, 19 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's going on now? Like who are you?
Then by then 18, 19, I'ma say I'm just trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
that's around the time when, you're done with high school and you gotta figure it out. And I wasn't into school. I'm not one of that. Everybody who like meets me thinks I'm like some super educated. Oh my God, you must have went to college. No, I never was into school. Like I tried to do the school thing, it wasn't for me. So I just was working. You know what I'm saying? I worked in music stores. I worked in the Virgin Mega store because I wanted to make beats. Like
Right.
my mission was to make hip hop. Like I loved hip hop so much, so I just wanted to make beats and be like Swizz and Pharrell. Like So I used to work in music stores and sell music and talk about music all day and smoke weed and talk about music. And I would steal CDs from these stores and bring them back to the hood and give them to all my friends and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dope. Dope. So that's
And
when you started the love on cannabis, right?
yeah, man, like yeah, you know what I'm saying? You realize like the level of the stress reliever, the chilling of people, how it brought people together. That's when I think the first real thought about weed was to me, like the amount of different random people I would meet, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
no,
then
dope.
also and then also being a Bronx kid and you realize weed and what it can do, you started making your little moves in the game, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Started
absolutely.
moving around, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta it worked because like everybody else they wanted to stay in the Bronx and I used to go downtown and I was never afraid to go talk to people. So I would talk to everybody, you know what I'm saying? And I met a lot of random ass folks like that, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what really started creating the personality.
How did you meet Caesar from the Black Ink, the show?
Uh
Caesar.
me me and C's knew each other around 18, 19.
Mm-hmm.
Me, C's, oh shit. We all knew each other because of being in the Bronx and boosting weed selling, graffiti, tattoos. You know what I mean? Like back then, C's used to be like a booster. So you know what I mean? He used to hang out with this booster crew, and they used to pull up to the tattoo shop, and like I knew his man, and that's how we all like linked up. And that's the same thing with old shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They used to be part of booster teams. You know what I'm saying? Back then, booster teams they used to come to the tattoo shop, get low,
Yeah,
sell what
like the
they
low
had up
lives,
there,
like the low lives.
and
That was
that's how you
was
end up
that like
meeting
the
people.
influence, the low lives.
Low lights, yes, that was yeah. The low lights, that's around the North Face time. Like if you see a
Yeah.
lot of like if you ask Brazy K like some of his pictures from back in the day, everybody was like North Face down. You know what I'm saying? Like we used
Uh-huh.
to like steal wild North Face shit back then too. So it was like that time. I knew some low lights though. I definitely know
Mm-hmm.
some of them because they used to pull up too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people used to come to the Bronx and like, you know, try to get the culture. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So Bronx is
Yeah,
definitely the home of hip hop. Like, was it like
yeah,
doing like even I'm 33. How old are you?
yeah. I'm 38.
Okay. Oh damn, brother, you look good, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? No
Yeah.
cap, brother. Like peace and blessings with that shea butter and shit like that.
Water, what? Yeah, nah, water and weed, my brother. Water and
Water
weed.
and weed.
You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying?
I'll be on
Water
the
and
same
weed, my
diet.
brother.
You feel me?
Water,
I
water and
like the
weed,
same
bro.
diet.
Like legit, like my wife bugs out over me because I legit wake up in the morning and I drink tea and I like
Right.
smoke weed. And I'm like, she's like, you really do that shit. And that's like my thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Keeps me looking young.
So how did you start, like you said, like 18, 19, you getting into like introducing people to tattoos and things of that nature, right?
Yeah,
So like
yeah. But like what you were saying earlier, how the Bronx and hip hop. So I
yeah.
think around this time is when I was so young, but I think my brain and how it worked. I started realizing the combination of hip hop and tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think a lot of people realize when that actually collided. That there was a moment in time when that actually collided. Hip hop and tattoos. They had a combination, you know what I'm
What
saying?
era you
And
credited?
that's when people used to I'm gonna give it to the well, personally, me being from New York, I'm gonna start it with Puffy, low key Puffy and Mace.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With the whole Harlem world, tattoos and all that. That was something that a lot of people in New York were getting. But you got to shout out to like Iverson and Rodman. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like all that. It started coming together. Like I could give you a great concept. The Eve pause. Remember, like when Eve had them pause, and remember when
Yeah,
girls seen that, and then the impact that had on women.
that
Like how
era.
many women were getting
Yeah,
like you see older women now. That era, there's older women now with that tattoo. The Keisha from Total when she had them
yeah.
paw
So
prints
it's
on her
like
thighs,
90, like
bro. I
98,
mean, women were coming to
98,
yeah,
2001
'98
type.
around that time. Yeah. I was in the industry around that time. So like seeing that, I actually watched that happen. And when you seen that happen, that's where the thought process of the Black Ink came into play because there was a group of people, Caesar, a group of other people, other Black artists. We all knew each other. He's like, let's open up a shop in Harlem, like Black tattoos, catered to Black people. You know what I mean? And it's really dope for where that went. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who was coming there, like we had the ASAP kids when they were kids. They were coming to get tattooed there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like watching it all happen, watching what Harlem became from that. You know what I'm saying? Watching just everything. Like that's my thing. A lot of people credit me for whatever, but I'm a watcher. I love seeing somebody be this and they become that. That shit is dope as fuck to me, bro. It's like amazing. Like, because I know some people from the bottom. I went to high school with a kid named Buddha the Future. Buddha the Future is maybe one of the biggest hip hop producers out right now.
Right.
Produced for everybody. And me and this kid went to high school together. You know what I mean? Like with Brazy. You know what I'm saying? And
that's 183rd history, like, right? 183rd.
Yeah. Right there. Yeah, bro. And it, like shit like that. It's surreal. Because if you are from around there, it's, you know what I mean? Some people didn't make it out. A lot of people ain't make it out. So if you achieve that goal and we're able to become something, it's fucking amazing, bro. It's simply amazing.
No, for sure. For sure. So like let me go into like so that now, you know what I'm saying, you into this culture, you know what I'm saying, a lot of this culture behind you at this point because it's in you, right? So like again, how do you still navigate now? You know what I'm saying, you going into your 20s, you know what I'm saying, like you like 25, like what's going on? Like you still like is you know you doing like the shop thing or what?
I think I'm doing all right. So we're doing the shop thing, and then I got into the culture still in me. Excuse me, my fault. I gotta make sure I charge my phone up. Don't want this to die. Light might get a little dark. Hold on 1 second. So the thing about that is like the culture is behind me around this time now. So not only am I doing the shop thing, I'm hosting underground hip hop shows. You know what I'm saying? I'm going downtown in Lower Manhattan. I'm taking kids from uptown and I'm bringing them downtown with me. We're going to go to these events and we're going to go to these corporate parties and we're going to network. We're going to mingle with these people. And I remember when we used to do it, people used to be like, yo, these kids are crazy. Like, because we used to be in parties that we have no clue being in. How the fuck did you guys get in here? We used to sneak in. But you'd be surprised at who's in these parties. And you start talking to these people and they're looking at you all with your hair, how you talk and your style. Next thing you know, you're in these people's office and you're pitching them ideas. You know what I mean? So now I'm getting into corporate America, but I'm being myself. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people, I think it was the concept of being a hustler from the Bronx that took the fear factor of talking to people out of it. So when you go into these offices and you're like pitching these ideas, some people be so scared.
That's a big,
because they're like, oh my God, they're gonna shoot me down. But me, I had my life on the line at one point, and you know what I'm saying, putting my life on the line in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So if I can do that, I can walk into some fucking office and tell somebody, hey, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people have to really take that fear factor out of their brain. You know what I mean? I think that once you take that out, sky's the limit. I feel like people can do anything. It's fear. Fear is like one of the biggest holdbacks to people.
No, for sure. For sure. So like you got that fit, you know, you got that fit. So now you in the corporate world. Like when is it when you know what I'm saying, you know, they approach you because it's been years that y'all been on TV. So now you going into what, like your 30s?
I'm gonna say they approached us the first time in the 25 time. They came around and somebody tried to pitch it to like another network, and it didn't really work out. They were different people, same concept, but different people were working there at the time. It just, that wasn't it. Then somebody else came. I'm gonna say maybe about 3-4 years later. So I'm gonna say I'm probably 27, 28. And they came around, and you know, you're listening, but you're still conducting your day to day. You know what I'm saying? Then we got caught into it. Like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. And it ended up working. You know what I'm saying? And like, at first we didn't believe it. Like, I'll be honest, we thought we were gonna get canceled in the first season.
Y'all actually
No
thought
bullshit. If you ask any one of us, like the first, bro, when you're going into these offices and you're seeing Jenny McCarthy has her own talk show before you, and you're looking at the Mob Wives and
that?
loving hip hop, and it is like you're a group of niggas from the Bronx and Harlem. Okay, like you know what I'm saying? You're like, all right, whatever. They're probably gonna see us smoking weed and cursing, and they're gonna kick us off. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to watch us on TV? And
Right.
now we're 8 seasons in, and you're like, holy shit, that shit actually worked. You know what I mean? Like, people actually dig the show.
Yeah, that shit is damn 8 seasons in. So it's like, so
Yeah.
you know, when you go on this show, like you know, you and Caesar, y'all have a great relationship. Everyone has a great relationship. Is it like some like is it
Mhm.
behind the scenes, like when it comes to like people, you know, like being a star?
It's a you know what it is. I'm gonna be so honest. As I'm older now and I really think about it,
Hmm.
it's like the stress of doing it. Like, I don't think that people really understand the concept of the stress of actually doing a TV show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
to actually have to have these cameras in your face, getting up, dealing with that. When you get out, you have people running up on you, want to take pictures, and dealing with all that. A lot of times, and especially like we didn't know how to do this. You don't have nobody teaches you how to be famous. There's no
Yeah.
famous school. You know
Right.
what I'm
It's
saying?
true.
There's no school for fame. So when you're like looking at all this shit, it's all coming at you so fast. You're getting money that you're not used to. You're getting legal money you're not used to. You know what I'm saying? Life is working out differently. Sometimes your own ego gets in the way, your own pride, your own it's about me. You know what I'm saying? And like I can take a total blame sometimes. Like, as much as everybody's like, oh, was it Caesar? Was it you? I'm to the point in my age now, in my life, and how I think that it was more my fault probably than anybody's. I probably should have known better.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
No, for sure. So like you know, y'all end up getting that relationship back, and now you know,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, what season you guys on again?
8.
8. So now you
Well,
get that
we're
relationship.
going in. We're going into the ninth now.
Okay, so you're going into the ninth. Okay, got you,
Mm-hmm.
got you. So like what's going on the season now? Is it on airwaves?
Well, they're airing Chicago coming up, and
Right.
then we're in Arona. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing stuff from home. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Hopefully everybody gets to see that. You know what I mean? Just dealing with Rona, dealing with what we have to go through as having shops that are not
yeah.
open. You know what I'm saying? Being a teacher at home. You got kids yourself, my brother? You got
Yes,
kids?
sir. Yes, sir.
No
Four.
kids? Kids?
Four.
You got kids. All right,
Yeah.
so 4. So you've been teaching at home too then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like all that, you know what I mean? It's the life. So trying to see if they show that, if they do, if they don't. But we gotta just wait for all this Rona stuff to end.
So like how was the effects? Like you talk about you know, the Rona, but like how was the effect? Because it really hit New York and that's y'all home base, you know what I mean? So like what
Yeah,
was the effect
yeah.
behind that?
I mean,
Y'all ready?
it was a major. You know what I mean? I'm glad that our shop survived, but now we're reopening. You know what I mean? I hope you guys are ready on the West Coast because you guys are next. You know what I'm saying? Y'all about to deal with what we dealt with. They about to have y'all on lockdown soon, man, because it's
Right.
getting bad. You know what I'm saying? So just like it's the main thing is about safety. You know what I mean? Like I just had a group of people in my shop recently, and I was nervous than a motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in some horrible situations, and I've never been so nervous in my life. You know what I mean? Because you just don't know. That shit is a silent killer. You know what I mean? It's like somebody running around with a invisible fucking AR-15, and
Yeah.
they can shoot up the whole fucking. They can shoot up the whole spot. So
No,
just try to be
you're
safe.
100%. Yeah, you're 100% right. And it's like
You know?
we definitely need to learn from what y'all had going on over there. Like right now, it's
Yeah,
hot on the
man.
West Coast, so you know that heat. They say it may be killing a little bit of it, but you know, I ain't
Y'all,
rocket science.
yeah, yeah, man. Y'all rates, they keep saying y'all rates are going up, and it's like what it is that all the hot spots. So everywhere where it was hot, where there were pools, that's where everybody went to. So now, it's hot. Everybody's disappeared from them, and they left y'all with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They
It's
actually
kind of
in the
fucked up.
comments. They in the comments. They say, "Do you have any West Indy?"
You didn't know it's so fucked up. I've never met my pops. Ain't
Mm,
that a bitch?
deep, deep.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, I know what
So
you mean. Yeah,
probably,
I know what you mean.
yeah.
Know what you mean.
Real shit. Like I said, from the bottom. You know what I mean? I'm like everybody else. Ain't nothing special about me, man.
So like like even like, before I even go where I was about to go, like you just said
Yeah,
with the father, who was your type of like when you growing up, no father around, and you say he's completely absent, correct?
yeah.
So like who's your influence? Like you got OGs around or
Yeah. I mean, me personally, like I had one of my closest friends, his father was like maybe like, the dad to you want to be like, you know what I'm saying? He had the house in upstate in a nice suburban area, you know what I mean? Would take the kids fishing. Like he used to take us fishing, bro. Like he was that black dad. Like the super great black dad, that's who he was, bro. So like he was like the first person that I really, really was my influence. And then I had an uncle who really was like good. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, Like it's like you have male figures in your life that you see and you take a piece of it. And then, like I said, I'm from the Bronx, bro. So going around, you had every OG, every pimp, this person, that person. You know what I mean? You take a little bit of everything. And I think that's what some people fail to like do is take a little bit of everything, like learn from each part and then go from there. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be like one person. Create your own. Take a little bit of ingredients from everything that you like.
no doubt, man, no doubt.
Yeah.
And like so what's going on now, you know what I'm saying, moving forward, like, with the injustice when it comes to the black people, right? So
Yes.
I'm black, you black, and just your point of view, like how do you feel about the Black Lives Matters movement?
I mean, shit. I'm black and my life matters. So that's always a statement.
Hmm.
My main shit is just for people to be aware of who they're listening to.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying, and who they're following. You know what I mean? It's a lot of false prophets, a lot of people with fake accounts, a lot of conspiracy theories, and a lot of people need to just be aware of what they're actually listening to and get actual facts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, they need to defund the police. And I mean, like, defunding the police basically means taking that. All right, I'll put it like this. I don't know if they had it on the West Coast, but I know it definitely was a thing on the East Coast. Remember the PAL? Did y'all have the PAL out there on the West Coast?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, so the PAL was like a police basketball league, basically. It was like
Mm.
a place for kids to play basketball, and it had a whole league, a tournament, a whole thing. I remember this as a kid in New York. The PAL was a thing.
Yeah. See, I'm from
That's
Chicago. In Chicago, we didn't have nothing like that though in Chicago.
But see that case in point. But yet
Yeah.
the police have millions and billions of dollars. You know what I mean? It's taking some of that money and actually building projects that people can do and relate to. You know what I mean? And having social workers help people who are mentally ill. Like having cops with guns go deal with a mentally ill person is not the smartest thing in the planet. You know what I'm saying? Some
Absolutely.
people, and I think that's where a lot of things happen at. You know what I'm saying? And
You think
yeah, man.
classification though is it like so? Let me because that just came to my mind when you said that is like like a lot of times they had it on the file like classification when you know what I'm saying on certain individuals if they especially if they live inside that neighborhood it's probably an ongoing issue with them, right? So is it like some people don't have the classification though they might be have mental illness and they don't well they haven't addressed it rather, you feel me? Because how do you
Like
feel
the thing
about
is
that
too.
part?
I mean, the thing about this. All right, so I I could get really deep with it, right?
Mhm.
Right now, there's a lot of people going through mental illness right now as we speak because you just had a pandemic where people were trapped in their houses for months. Some people were alone. There were some people who have lived alone. They finally got their own apartment and they've been alone for months. And then all of a sudden, they're just trapped. Can't do nothing, can't do nothing. Some of them have lost their minds. Now, if they're having a moment, do you send somebody with a gun who doesn't really know that person, understand they're having a moment? A lot of situations, like you can, I've seen there was a girl in New York who you can see she had a child. She didn't have a mask on. She looked angry. And they had cops grab her up and wrestle her. And I'm like, me personally, I'm not no cop or nothing. I can clearly see that that girl probably just left her baby father. Looks like she's having a hard time. Looks like she's having one of those days. Maybe ask her if she's okay. Talk to her rather than automatically, where's your ID? Like, it's the human aspect of policing has been lost. You know what I mean? And I believe that there was a moment in time where that was something. There was a human aspect of it, but I don't know. They always say 9/11 is when it changed, but I don't know. I'm from New York during the stop and frisk, so it was always like that for us.
It's just going back to COVID, so not to rewind, but like, what's
Hmm.
going on, with the mask and 6 feet distance. Is that going further, what you just said?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's safety,
Like
bro.
with
Because
interactions with people and
yeah, that also goes with it though. Because there's some people who, there's some people who's not used to that. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Like, I give you the perfect example of a person, right? This is gonna really blow your mind. A stripper. A stripper has been dealing with human interactions for years. There could be
right.
somebody who's been stripping for 5 years, right?
Hmm.
Her last 5 years have been nothing but human interactions. Y'all stopped that for 3 months straight.
Yeah, right.
It's
It's a
people don't
different,
think
yeah.
people don't think about that. It's something that most people be like, "What are you talking about?" But it's like, no, you don't get it. That person has been dealing with a human interaction for 5 years straight, and they just stopped. And now they just all they have is this phone right here, and they're trying to get interaction. And it's like, yo, man, that shit's gonna affect people. This shit is gonna it's gonna have a lasting effect more than Corona. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah,
shit is gonna,
and that's
it's gonna
that's what
have a
I'm
lasting
thinking.
effect.
I'm thinking the
Yeah,
same thing. I'm thinking the
it's gonna
same
have a
thing.
lasting effect. Yeah, this shit's gonna have a lasting effect, like on everybody, that people's kids, everything.
Hmm.
Like it's the inevitable.
No, for sure. So like
You know what I mean? It's the inevitable. Yep.
when it when it comes down to you seen the Candace Owens and Ti debate on Revolt.
I didn't watch it because I can really like, and two people I really don't want to.
Yeah.
I I could care less for what she said. Ti kind of threw himself off. Like, you went on and said that Atlanta is Wakanda, right? It is safe in Atlanta. You got to
Right.
protect Atlanta because this is the place for everybody to come, right? Right after he said that, you see college kids get tased, thrown out their car. Rashad Brooks gets shot in his back.
No, for sure.
And
Yeah.
like he got
Yeah.
he got real quiet after that. Didn't
Yeah, because
he?
it was definitely
You call that shit what? You called it Wakanda. That's what you legit called it. And he disappeared once that Rashad Brooks shit. Yeah, he said his little thing online, but you wasn't doing no more speeches because people wasn't feeling it. Like, yo, bro, that's not. I don't think people really understand what's going on, especially like celebrities. Like, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a person that's been on TV. I still deal with police. I'm not in a gated community where, oh my God, you're not going to see Puma. No, I'm still outside. I deal with police interactions, and I think a lot of these people, like everybody, be like mad at Little Wayne. Little Wayne is the perfect example. Little Wayne, people get mad at him because he doesn't get what's going on.
mhm.
Right? You've heard interviews with Little Wayne. He
Yeah, he
doesn't
stayed in the
understand.
bubble.
I don't know nothing about Black Lives Matter. Little Wayne's own words. You got to think that Little Wayne has been famous since he was 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Has Little Wayne been out in the streets dealing with police interactions?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He's not dealing with real life situations. You know what I'm saying? He's in his bubble. And a lot of these celebrities, where people be thinking that they know what they're feeling, why are y'all not talking about how we feel? They don't know because they're in a bubble. Their bubble is insulated. They don't have to worry about shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those people. I can tell you that. I'm not one of those people. I'm still outside. I'm in Harlem with my business. I got to be out there with the people. You know what I'm saying? So everybody knows, like, no, Puma's outside. He deals with it because I can be anybody. I got dreads. I'm walking around. They don't know me as the guy on TV. I'm just the black guy with dreads.
Hey, did you see the just thinking about that, just walking around, and I seen, what was it, man, the guy who be impersonating from Saturday Night Live, who be impersonating 50 Cent and everybody.
Jay Farrow. Yeah,
Jay Farrow.
Yeah, Jay Farrow. Jay Farrow, like,
Jay Farrow, my bad, my
he
boy.
gave a good he gave a good example. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy that they actually had the footage. That's what's ill. That means he definitely probably sued the shit out of somebody for him to have that footage. He sued the shit out of somebody. You know what I mean? He has the type of backing
recently. Like
yeah,
but like you growing up,
he has that type of backing. He was on SNL.
Let me ask you something though. Like when it comes to him though, he said, like, with that incident,
I mean, we
know about it. He said that was his first time that ever happened to him in his life. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said on the video.
He's lucky.
Yeah. So like that's what's like, wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many times have it happened to you?
Yeah.
Similar incidents. You know what I mean?
Bro, like I can tell you my first time. I was 15 and I was walking from Davidson and 184th to River Park Towers. Anybody from the Bronx, they will laugh about that because they know exactly what I'm talking about. And as I'm walking down the block, big flashlight on me, guys come jump out of an Impala, throw me on the wall, grab me all up. And that was my first time. Far from many. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in the Bronx, bro. Like, the Bronx is maybe one of the worst of the worst. If you ever heard of Khalid Browder, you heard that story, Khalid Browder, the kid that committed suicide.
No, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
Incarcerated.
Oh yeah,
he's from the Bronx. It's a great documentary. Great documentary. Look it up. Jay-Z produced it. It's called Khalid Browder.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Bronx. Yeah, I seen the
Yeah, it was a wrong arrest and everything, and they put him through the system, and they never even charged him. They just kept him, and once he finally got out, he had a mental break, killed himself. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a part of the Bronx living. You know what I'm saying? Like, to this day, right? I give you on TV, Puma, famous Puma now. Cops come to my shop, and I have a little situation, so they kick everybody out. The people start screaming, "Fuck the police!" They ask to see my ID. I have warrants, and they say, "Oh, you got warrants in the Bronx." And I'm looking at these people like they're fucking batshit crazy. I'm like, I don't think I would be on television. And like, I think like these people who did a background check on me if I had warrants.
Right.
But that's what the Bronx is. The Bronx will always bring you back. I was in Manhattan, and they brought me to the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I've been arrested many times, many times. You know what I mean? I've had cops take money from me. I've been in Rikers Island. I've been arrested a few times. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I truly understand. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. So you say you've been to Rikers Island before I go to the
like,
next.
I can't even. Yeah.
What was it like? What was that experience on Rikers Island?
Been there, done that.
Like, what's the name said? Like, ASAP Rocky and them. They said they met somebody like famous. You when you go to Rikers Island, you meet somebody famous, man.
Nah, I didn't meet nobody famous, but I'm gonna tell you what the thing about Rikers that what I took from it. It's a mental. Like, I'm all about the mental. Like, I think about everything. So the thing about Rikers is right next to our airport. Right next to our airport. So all you hear all day, all night is planes flying over. Ain't that a mental break?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember the first night, I was like, that's weird. And then when you kept hearing it, I'm like, oh, that's
all night long.
Up. Oh, every day, all day. You're hearing these flights. Crazy.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
That's the type of stuff that it's like they wanna rehabilitate, but then they put
Yeah,
you in positions where you're gonna break. And
yeah,
even some
that's that.
people even don't have mental illness, but then they become subject to it. They become,
And that's when the Khalif Browder thing. I really hope you watch that. Like when you get a moment, really like look for that. You know what I'm saying? And watch that Khalif Browder thing.
no, I
Exactly what you
definitely gotta
said.
watch that.
Yeah, exactly what you just said. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? People who don't have it, you end up getting it.
Yeah, and that's man. Like what? So what do you think? Like, I know you married to a black woman, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
like, how do you feel about like black women and like what's going on? Some people might say that we not holding the black woman down as much as we should be. The black man. Like, how do you feel about that? Like when you hear people say that, I'm sure you heard it before.
I feel like most of the time, who like I think that that's just one group of women. Because I know a whole bunch of other black women who black men are kings. They are to be adored, and they have men and they have women. Like I had recently got into something with a woman about this, but she doesn't have a man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, she didn't have a man. So it was just a little different, you know what I mean? Like she said something like the black man is the biggest threat to women. And I took full offense to that, you know what I'm saying? Because I protect mine. And anybody who knows me, I keep women around me, not my wife, like female friends. And they'll be like, nah, Puma's like overprotective. Other males that are around me are protective of women. So it's like I don't know. It's really hard, man. It's just about
Yeah,
teaching the young guys now. The young dudes don't really get it, and that's the hard part because they've grown up in environments where they haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? If you've never seen it, how do you know how to do it?
exactly.
And that goes from both sides. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
for men and women. You know what I'm saying? There's women who grew up with just them and their moms, and their mom never got into a relationship with another man in front of them, so they don't know how to love a man. They never seen it.
So what about like the situation? Like, so when it come
You know what I
down
mean?
to that, like when they, you know, um, they haven't seen these type of things, and then they seeing these visuals is going on nowadays. Where like just a couple of weeks ago, it was a young man that went viral where he ended up using a skateboard and launched towards the female, face. Like, did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That happened actually in Harlem, and
Mm-hmm.
that now here, yeah, now here's the catch about that, right? The thing what I was saying earlier is about people to pay attention to what they're seeing and they're posting and what they're getting mad about, right? That video's old. It's an old video,
Wow, I didn't know
very
that.
old. Like it's, I think somebody said it's a lot of
So
people
that
didn't know
made
that,
me
right?
think like,
Now when you see stuff like this,
yeah,
now, bro, even like recently, right? My wife, she sees a video of a kid slapping a girl, black guy slapping a black woman inside of a school. And my wife was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with these guys nowadays? I had to stop her. I said, baby, wait. How the fuck is he able to slap that girl in school when all schools are closed? And she looked at me. She was like, this video is old. I'm like, you got to watch what people are posting. People are
right.
posting stuff to make people mad.
Media.
And I don't like to get too deep. I don't like to get too deep about that. But that's why I always tell people just to pay attention to what they're posting and what they're looking at.
Oh, that's good
You know what I'm
advice.
saying? What you're following. Especially on Twitter. Twitter is like the main one. Twitter and Facebook, both of them, they're like the worst of the worst because people, you don't know who these accounts. You don't know who's behind them. You have no clue. Just because you see a picture of a black person doesn't mean a black person is behind that account.
Yeah,
A lot of
no,
people
for
don't be
sure.
realizing that shit sometimes. Like there's literally a whole show called Catfish when they talk about this shit. People still get caught by it. It's fucking amazing.
Uh,
I mean,
no,
yeah,
that's
it's
like
it,
you. Like, I didn't know that video was old, and like since you brought
yeah,
that to my attention, it's like my antennas went immediately up as soon as you said that. I'm like,
yeah.
wow. So
You
what
got to
was
think
that
about
there
every,
for? It was for position.
and it's like that's when I was making this comment the other day. It's like it's so ill. Black Lives Matter. You see how we started about Black Lives Matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see how powerful that was the first few weeks. That shit was powerful than a motherfucker. You just see humans together, no issues. Humans all on the same path, same war path, same thought process. Then it switched really, really quick, right? It went from black trans lives matter.
Yeah,
Black men are abusing black trans women,
I remember
and then it
that.
was like, and then left field. So then all of a sudden,
It
there
went
became
back.
some friction.
Hmm.
Then all of a sudden, you seen videos of the black women and black men fighting, guys throwing a girl in the garbage can. All these videos just started circulating a lot. The friction starts again. Now, have you been seeing people talking about Black Lives Matter as much as that was in them first 2 weeks?
All right. Yeah, because yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's
Divide
interesting,
and
man.
conquer.
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer, bro. It's like simple warfare. Like I think that to people don't be realizing something should be so simple. It'd be right in front of you, but they don't see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like right there. Divide and conquer. And it worked. It legit worked.
No, for sure.
That's the
So,
craziest part about it.
so like with the cannabis, you got the cannabis going on. Is that like a business? That's the you doing a cannabis business, and can you tell them
Well,
about that? How you got involved in that?
well, oh, shit. Well, one, I've all like that was one of my first things. I have IUFONY. It was like a lifestyle brand that me and my friends started. You know what I mean? Like we were smokers and we wanted to have something. You know what I mean? Something else. And then we watched what they called the green rush. You know what I mean? When weed became legal and all this, and now it's trying to be black, get into that industry legally, and do it right. And that's not as easy as what people think. You know what I'm saying? You really got to build that shit right, and you got to
No,
have
for
the
sure.
capital. You know what I mean? Because these people, they want to see all this paperwork. They want to know how you got your money. You got to have a large amount of money. Like you think that you got it?
You can't
Nah,
use
you got
banks
to
in the
have like
beginning,
that
correct?
that app.
You can't really
Mm-mm.
use banks in the
They
beginning.
want to see your. Mm-mm. They want to see your own personal gain, and then you can't use banks. But now they're starting to change that now.
Mhm.
They're trying to change some laws because there's too many people, bro. There's way too many people that are making way too much money, and they want to tax it. You know what I mean? They want to tax it. So, and especially in New York, that's like what I'm honestly waiting for, man. Like I'm being just patient. I know sooner or later it's going to happen out here, and when it happens out here, you got to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. What's the name of the brand?
IUFONY.
Dope,
Okay. Yeah.
dope.
Uh,
So like what can you share with us? Like, you've been doing a lot of entrepreneur stuff for a while, man. And
yeah.
far as young entrepreneurs coming up, your peers or even younger, like what can you give them to just to keep moving it, moving forward with their business?
Well, one, the first thing is manifestation. You know what I mean? I know mad people keep hearing that same word over and over again. You've heard a lot of entrepreneurs say that word to you. Manifestation. You got to really, truly believe in it and want it. Put it out
Mm-hmm.
there to the planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to put it out there, throw it out there. It almost sounds crazy in its own way. You know what I'm saying? You got to really believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Really, truly, truly believe in it. And then once you get what you want, get a lawyer. Remember, Puma told you that.
Yeah, facts.
Entertainment lawyer. There's a difference between a law defense lawyer, a nigga that can get you out of jail, and a nigga that can get your contracts done right. Two different niggas. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So make sure you get your lawyer right, believe in yourself, and just stay true to yourself, man. You know what I mean? That's the main thing.
Oh, absolutely, man. That's some good advice right there, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, like, I know you managed one of the black ink shops, correct?
Well, I used to. I kind of got like, you know, little pieces in it now, little points.
Okay. Because they asked you a question. I got Monique Hill, salute, fam. Exum is the
Yeah, a
Black
little bit
Ink
more.
coming to the West? Is it gonna go to the West?
Man, listen, you know what's so funny? I actually just talked to Caesar like a day ago about this. Like, I personally want to come to LA. I fucking love the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? But, we want to make sure that when we do, and if we do come out there, it's right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not done in a way that people who've been out there feel disrespected. We want it to be a place for people from LA. We don't want to feel like we're New Yorkers coming to LA. We more to build a shop for people in LA. But the people, the
Gotcha.
kid, Black in Compton, they have a shop out in Compton.
Mm-hmm.
Shout to I am Compton. You know what I mean? Shout that kid out. He's definitely doing his thing out there.
I think
Definitely
I
support
seen
that
that
brother.
like they had to go through the motions of getting the OGs involved and all that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But their actual shop, they actually have a business out on
Mm-hmm.
the West Coast. So I mean, shout out to him. He's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely support Black businesses. You know what I'm talking about?
No, absolutely. They say come to Oakland and San Francisco.
All right, yo. All right. So my best friend, one of the people that actually taught like a lot of the people like C's and shit how to tattoo. Our best friend lives out there in Oakland, and San Francisco.
Wow.
Shout out to Andre Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? He's from the Bronx, but he lives out there and he has a tattoo shop. He actually just got a new space today. He's out there. So if you
Mm.
hear the name Andre Malcolm out there in Oakland and San Francisco, support that brother. He is fucking nice too. Like,
Support them.
he's amazing too. He's like really, really, really good. You know what I mean? But black tattoo artist from the Bronx. That's my best friend. You can tell him Puma sent you. You'll get the love.
No, that's dope. I'm definitely gonna be out that way soon, and maybe I can get a interview with him or some sort.
Yeah.
Hey, look, hey Puma, let me ask you like what
Yo,
you want
he's
to
super
lead the
dope to
people
talk to.
with. What you want to lead the people with, brother? I appreciate that, man. I
Um,
really do.
lead the people with. I want to let them know that you're beautiful, all you humans, regardless. Don't let this shit stress you out. Don't let the bullshit stress you. But make sure you pay attention to what's making you mad. Don't let social media overtake you and make you mad for no reason. Just pay attention and drink tea.
Mm,
Relax yourself. You know what I mean? Drink some
relax.
tea. Relax. You'd be surprised what a cup of tea would do. Relax. You know what I'm saying?
No
Cool out.
CBD. No
No
CBD.
C, no CBD. You can roll up your blunt, have that on the side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. No, dope, man. Look, man, I really
Yeah.
appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I
Blessing the
appreciate you having me, man.
platform. Again,
No
man,
problem, man.
support at Wrong Kind East Podcast, man. Definitely Clout Chaser TV, man. We really
Yeah.
appreciate Puma stepping on the platform, man. Can
Thanks
you
for
just let
having me,
them
my
know,
brother.
just in case they didn't know, where they can follow you at?
Oh yeah, man. Puma 213 on most social media platforms, Twitter and Instagram. Uh, I'm usually on television once everything is back on. But if you haven't watched the old episodes of Black King Crew, you can watch me on the episode of Ridiculousness. You can catch me on the Marriage Boot Camp season. Look back at that.
Dope,
You ain't got shit else to do. You in quarantine, so fuck it. Watch it. Yeah,
dope. No, absolutely, man. So, man, salute, man. Again, man. I hopefully we can build some sort of relationship, man. I'm definitely media, and
yeah, man.
you come holler at me anytime, man.
Trust me, man. We'll do this again. No problem.
Appreciate it, brother.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too. Salute, fam. Salute everybody in the comments, man. I appreciate y'all, man, tuning in. If y'all ain't already, man, share this on your social media, man. Salute at Wrong Kind East Podcast, man. That for the Cloud Chaser TV, man. Collab, like, go ahead and share this on all platforms. We got some things coming up towards the end of the week. So y'all stay tuned to like that 9 p.m. schedule. Just look at that notification bell